How are you feeling?
Great, man. Thanks for having me.
It's nice to see you thriving so well around the music and sounding so exciting as well. I mean, Shy Away is definitely the poppier side of 21 Pilots for sure, and I think maybe we should just dive into the track and what prompted it, what caused you to write a track like Shy Away?
Man, I've just been having a good time, playing some guitar for the first time ever. I think that nothing is more inspiring for me than learning a new instrument that I've never really played before, specifically electric guitar. And, I had my younger brother over. He's like, hey, I want to watch your process from start to finish. Like, how do you start a song? How do you record the song? How do you write the song? And just kind of came up with the beginnings of this song almost as a tutorial for him on how to lay out a song, how to start it, how to record it, how to produce it out. And then lyrically, it kind of turned out to talk about being an older brother and how the only thing tougher than trying to figure out what your own purpose is watching someone whom you love try to figure out their purpose. But this track means a lot to me for a few other reasons as well. I mean, the majority of this record was written and produced in my own studio. And specifically for Josh, the other guy in my band who plays drums, this is the first time that he's recorded drums all on his own, no engineer, no one really helping him at all. So that really does represent where him and I were coming from on a partnership level and musically, even though we were working from across the country at the time. So, and I don't know if he's telling people this or not, so I don't know if I'm spilling the beans, but he's actually moving back to Columbus, Ohio. He was out in LA, I was in Columbus, Ohio, where we're both from. And through the process, he just got excited about being closer to his family. Ultimately, we're going to benefit a lot from being close together, back together again, living in the same town. And I'm really excited to have my boy back.
Look, Tyler, what is happening on the 21st of May?
May 21st is the drop of the whole album. The album's called Scaled and Icy. And man, I'm really proud of it. I'm excited. I just have this hope that these songs will live not just with our fans, but to share it with them one day, eventually in a live setting like we're so used to. So with the album release, we have a live stream concert. It's going to be really like nothing we've ever done before. We've been working on this particular show for almost 6 or 7 months now. Man, I'm really excited about our fans experiencing that with us.
Tyler, I'd quite like to dive a little deeper into the makeup of this album and almost the continuation of the story on From Trench and how they both link together, because I know there is always a deeper story that runs through with these 21 Pilots albums. So is there a reason for the dragon and how that fits in on the album cover and the aesthetic of this one?
Yeah, so I mean, if you notice some of our previous releases, there's always a bigger story to everything that's being created. And this record particularly is more colorful than other records, literally more colorful, and hopefully sonically as well. But that color is supposed to represent the unleashing of an imagination. I have this theory that even if you're confined to one small room, if you were to focus on one singular detail of that room, that detail can then come to life. Actually, I have this little dragon like totem figurine that I've been staring at, and my theory is that like if I can get to a place where I'm looking at him and I'm creating something and all of a sudden he can grow and then actually fly around the room, and then where I am I transported to a completely different place. It really is the power of creativity, the power of imagination, and ultimately the power of music.
I guess then in terms of the lyricism of the album too, you're quite positive on Shy Away, and you've always been quite insular, very open about your feelings. Is that a continuation into this album at all?
As you move about your life, you would imagine that you start to answer more and more questions. Inevitably, there's going to be a time where I have no more to say. And I've always wondered when that's going to be. And all of a sudden, I begin to be inspired by something else, whether it's my daughter now. Like in the song Shy Away, in the very beginning, if you were to replay like the very beginning part, you'll hear this little baby cooing noise. And it's actually because when I was first working on the song, she was in the room with me and I had my phone out just singing something into a voice memo. So I'm still finding things to be inspired by, and I'm really excited that that fire is not going down yet.
When it comes to looking forward to live shows, it's obviously a difficult one to really pin down, but are there plans in the works? Can the fans get excited for that to happen in the future?
Listen, as soon as it's safe for everyone, that's our goal. I've been touring for about 10 years now, and to really have to be forced to press pause, I mean, I've been trying to get the most out of this pause, both creatively, but also on the home front. You know, I've got a daughter who's 1 year old now, so all she knows of me is that I'm just a stay-at-home dad that does nothing, you know, and so I think at some point I'll have to show her, like, hey, no, I actually do something. Her 1 year of life has been this past year, which is obviously different than any year we've all experienced before. You know, there's days where you get excited, like, oh, it feels like we're going to be able to go play again, and then there's days where you realize, oh, this isn't looking good. We're kind of in this limbo still, but still believing that it's going to happen.